Okay, here we have Annie.
This is Annie.
So your body position in the water is pretty good. Your hips and legs might be just a bit low. Part of that is that your head, when you turn to breathe, comes out of the water, so that will cause your hips to drop slightly. The other part of it is just total momentum or speed. As you go faster, your body will get into a more streamlined position, or your hips and legs will not be lower, or just slightly lower than your upper body.
Your hips and legs might just be a little low in the water, and that just comes from if your head comes out of the water.
So part of this is just being comfortable with swimming. The more you swim, the more you practice, the easier everything gets, and the stronger you'll get as well.
Your extension here is good.
Now, technique-wise, you're doing pretty good. You're reaching forward well.
So we're working on left side breathing here. You're good when you do that. I don't see any real problems on it.
And you're pretty comfortable breathing. So that's those are a couple of key issues to make sure you breathe out when your face is in the water. If you can work on trying to turn as little as possible to breathe, that's going to be helpful. I know I had you swim with the pull buoy, and that's going to be fine to work on technique. Don't feel like it's cheating at all. Using the pull buoy is good to practice your stroke form. There's the pull buoy right there. So you can see how that keeps your lower body a little higher and lets you really focus on swimming with a nice long stroke. So this looks a lot better, so I would recommend that you swim with the pull buoy quite a bit for now. As you get closer to the race, you can stop using the buoy. As you get stronger, you'll be able to not use the buoy as much. So here we go underwater. So you can see how your lower body is just a little lower than your upper body, so that creates a bit of extra drag. You're getting a good reach forward, so that's a big component of good technical swimming. And what you're doing with your stroke is what I call more or less a straight arm pullback, where your arm pushes down and then pulls back. So when you do that, what happens with the first third of the stroke or so is that you don't really get a lot of forward pull out of it. You get some, but not as much as you could with using the high elbow. And actually, with your right arm, your elbow is leading the stroke back as well, so that's an elbow slip. I'll send you an article on those, the breakdown between those. But what you want to do is you want to be able to enter the water and then have your hand and forearm go vertical relative to the bottom of the pool as early as possible. It's called a high elbow catch or early vertical forearm. It's really the key underwater component to swimming well. Now here again with the pull buoy, notice your body position is a lot improved, and you're swimming faster because you don't have as much drag. So this is something, again, you really should just keep using the buoy for now. That looks pretty smooth there. So this is something you can do. You use the buoy and then focus on trying to do the high elbow catch. Now at the end of the video here, I just included some screenshots so you could see the progression of your pull on both sides. So that's pretty good extension. This is without the buoy. And then you start to pull your arm down so the arm is straight here. So you want that hand and forearm to be vertical, and your upper arm would still be pushed forward. Same thing on that side, and then the elbow starts leaning back a bit there.